The air is thick with the scent of decay and ozone. You stand on a blighted mesa overlooking what was once a vibrant forest, now a graveyard of stone-grey, petrified trees. Before you, a magnificent bronze dragon, a creature of storm and sea, lies gasping for breath. Its mighty chest rises and falls in slow, ragged waves. A creeping black corruption spreads across its scales like crystallized rot, a sickness you have heard whispered of in panicked tones across the land. The worm blight.
Ah, Dorina, my dear, I believe you and Sasha possess the skills to heal this majestic creature, but first, let me take a moment to assess the situation. The resonance of the worm blight is unlike anything I've encountered before. I must attune myself to its frequency, understand its harmony, or rather, discord. Volt raises his hand, and the singing sword begins to hum softly as he closes his eyes, focusing on the subtle vibrations of the blighted dragon's scales.
Her voice is tight, her green eyes fixed on the dragon's labored breathing, a shadow of old grief hardening her features. Assess quickly, Volt. Every breath this creature takes could be its last. I am not waiting for a formal diagnosis while a life slips away. She takes a firm, determined step towards the suffering beast, her hand dropping to the gold purse on her garter. I'm going to get a closer look.
While Volt closes his eyes, his sword humming as he attunes to the dissonant frequency of the plague, Dorina doesn't hesitate. She breaks away from the group, her boots crunching on the petrified ground as she moves toward the suffering dragon. As she draws near, the beast's massive head lifts a few inches, a tremor running through its body. A low, pained growl, like stones grinding together, rumbles from its chest. The black, crystalline growths spreading across its bronze scales pulse with a faint, sickening violet light. Instead of lashing out, the dying dragon's pained growl subsides into a low, mournful rumble. It senses no threat from the dwarf, only a profound empathy that seems to cut through the haze of its agony. The colossal head lowers slightly, a gesture of weary trust, allowing Dorina to close the final few feet and lay a steadying hand upon its corrupted scales.
The blight runs deep. It's consuming him from the inside out. I'm going to try my restorative touch, but I don't know if it will be enough. Volt, Sasha, get ready.
Dorina places her hands on the dragon's blighted hide, channeling the raw life force of the earth. A soft green light emanates from her palms, pushing against the sickly violet glow of the corruption. The green light of Dorina's spell surges into the dragon, and for a heart-stopping moment, the life energy seems to work. The black crystals sizzle and recede slightly where her hands make contact. But the victory is short-lived. The wormblight reacts with vicious intelligence, twisting the pure, healing magic. The violet glow flares, consuming the green light and erupting outwards in a wave of corrupted, agonizing energy that washes over both the dragon and the dwarf.
By my ancestor's beard, it feeds on the magic. Don't try to heal it directly, it only makes it stronger.
The wave of corrupted energy slams into Dorina with physical force. She digs her heels into the petrified earth, her dwarven fortitude allowing her to weather the unnatural assault without harm, though the shock of it leaves her staggering. The dragon, however, is not so fortunate. It lets out a shriek of pure agony as the twisted life magic intensifies its suffering, the black crystals flaring violently across its body.
I believe I can shatter those crystals with a precisely pitched note, disrupting the worm blight's hold on the dragon. Let me focus for a moment. Volt closes his eyes, the singing sword humming softly as he analyzes the crystal's resonant frequency, the harmony wristwatch on his wrist glowing with an intense, pulsing light. Now let the harmony of destruction begin. With a swift, elegant motion, Volt draws the singing sword and begins to sing, his voice blending with the sword's hum, building towards a single, perfect note.
Volt steps forward, his blade a blur as he draws it. The thin sword begins to hum, the sound rising in pitch to match his own voice. He focuses all his will, all his artistry, into a single point of sound aimed at the crystalline corruption.
Careful with that song, Volt. Don't shatter the beast along with the blight.
Volt's voice and blade merge into a single, piercingly pure note that hangs in the air, impossibly sharp. The black, crystalline growths on the dragon's hide begin to resonate violently. A high-pitched whine fills the air, and then, with a sound like 1,000 cracking panes of glass, the corruption shatters, dissolving into a fine, inert dust that cascades off the dragon's bronze scales. The dragon shudders, a deep groan of profound relief escaping its throat as the physical manifestation of the blight falls away. Its breathing, though still shallow, becomes less ragged.
I think I might have something to make it better, though I was saving it for myself. I say, my voice laced with a hint of reluctance as I reach into a hidden pocket of my shozuku, my fingers brushing against a small, exquisite vial filled with a shimmering liquid. A rare and precious potion, one that I've been holding onto for a special occasion. Or a worthy cause, I continue, my eyes locked onto the suffering dragon, a pang of sympathy stirring within me. But I suppose this could be considered a worthy enough cause. I hold up the vial, the liquid inside glowing softly, as I ponder whether to use it to help the dragon.
Hold, Velvet, what is that? We've seen what conventional magic does to this plague. We must be certain it will not cause more harm. Let me see it.
All eyes turn to Velvet as she produces the delicate vial. The liquid within swirls with an inner light, a stark contrast to the blighted landscape. The dragon, sensing a new potential shift in the air, lets out a soft, hopeful rumble. Dorena's gaze is fixed on the potion, her expression a mixture of desperation and professional caution.
I hold out a steady hand, my gaze fixed on the vial, ignoring everything else.
A thought flickers into Volt's mind, laced with feline skepticism. A potion, how pedestrian my purr would be far more effective and requires no clumsy vials.
Velvet carefully passes the vial to Dorena. The dwarf handles it with an expert's touch, uncorking it to take a brief, sharp sniff. Her eyes widen, not with alarm, but with dawning recognition and profound relief.
I look up at the group, a rare smile touching my lips. This isn't a healing potion, not in the way we know. This is a sun-kissed elixir. It doesn't mend wounds with raw life force, it purifies. It neutralizes poisons and purges corruption on an alchemical level. It won't trigger the blight's defense. Velvet, this might just save its life.
I'll let you handle it, Dorena. Your expertise is far greater than mine when it comes to such delicate matters. I say, handing the vial back to Dorena, my purple eyes locked onto hers with a hint of trust and anticipation. Let's hope this elixir is as potent as you believe it to be.
Dorena gives Velvet a nod of profound, unspoken gratitude. With the utmost care, she approaches the dragon's massive head, murmuring soothing words. The beast, weak but trusting, opens its great maw, just enough for the dwarf to administer the elixir. As the last shimmering drop falls, a wave of golden light washes over the dragon's scales. The lingering traces of blight sizzle and turn to harmless grey dust, and a healthy, vibrant bronze sheen begins to return to its hide.
A thought projects into Volt's mind, laced with a mix of relief and feline pride. A satisfactory result, though my purr would have been far more elegant and less sticky.
You have freed me. I have not seen through my own eyes in so very long. I am in your debt, mortals.
The dragon takes a deep, shuddering breath, the first clean intake of air it has known in ages. With a groan of immense effort, it pushes itself up, its colossal form rising to its full majestic height. The ground trembles under its weight as its newly gleaming scales catch the light. It turns its massive head, its gaze sweeping over each of you, a profound and ancient consciousness returning to its eyes. As the dragon's ancient voice washes over him, Volt feels a profound shift. It's no longer just about creating sound, but hearing the inherent music in all things. The hum of the rock, the rhythm of a heartbeat, the resonant frequency of a soul. He realizes his own voice and blade can do more than just shatter or silence. They can attune to the world's song and even rewrite a few notes to aid his allies. As the ancient dragon rises, a profound realization settles over Velvet. For the first time, she truly understands that the greatest treasures are not always material possessions you can hold, but the moments you create and the lives you save. Her shinobi training to assess value sharpens, recalibrating from jewels and gold to the priceless glint of opportunity in the heat of battle. As the dragon's vitality returns, Dorena feels a profound shift within herself. The failure of her magic, followed by the success of the elixir, taught her a crucial lesson. Nature isn't just about life, but the entire cycle of creation and purification. In this moment of clarity, the very land seems to answer her, channeling a new, deeper understanding of that balance into her spirit. As the dragon's ancient life force surges back, a corresponding psychic echo resonates within Sasha, sharpening her mind to a razor's edge. She feels her perception expand beyond the physical, seeing not just the world, but the shimmering threads of thought and attention that connect all living things. With a flick of her mental tail, she realizes she can now tug on these threads, making herself seem utterly insignificant, a shadow that was never there at all.